You've got to invest in relationships that pay you more than they cost you. That's just called a good investment. I invest this, I get this. That's the way some relationships ought to be in your life. Who are the people? Just start thinking about it now. I haven't gotten to that part of the series yet. I'll get there. I'm just laying the groundwork now. Who are the people who, when I leave them, I'm better off than before they showed up? Who are the people who when I finish talking to them, I'm full. I feel energized. I feel motivated. I feel able to move forward. If you are sitting there and you say, I really can't think, I don't know. Well, then you got some work to do, because you are all filler, no drain, and you're all drainer, no filler. That's not going to work out well. You got to identify. Sometimes you got to build relationships. You got to identify someone. Either the Lord kind of puts them in your life, but even if he puts them there, you've got to now develop that relationship so that it can pay you in the long run. There are people who are supposed to be in your life, and they're there because they will be a tremendous blessing to you. Now, some of those relationships are going to be mutual. You're a tremendous blessing to them. They're a tremendous blessing to you. Those are great. Sometimes they do all the mentoring and all the encouraging, and you receive from them. That's fine. And you don't want to think you're one of their drainers, but you are. But anyway, but let them do it. My covenant brothers, we all know with each other. If we ever need anybody, if we never ever need each other, and we reach out, make sure that I'm not going to drain you unnecessarily. But when I say, hey, we need to talk, I'm serious. I got people in my life, men in my life and we are that way in each other's lives. When you say, hey, man, we need to talk, then you get alone, you get by yourself, and you make yourself fully available and say, what's going on? And you develop those kinds of relationships. And you need kind of people who will not even begin to, when you say, how you doing, they say blessed and highly favored. I don't even deal with people like that. Okay, all right, yeah, fine. I'm glad. That's good. You're blessed and highly favored. Because if you got needs, you got to find the people God has brought into your life who are going to be those good investments. I give them time, but they're going to give me so much more. And you need to learn to develop your fillers and invest. Fillers are people. Fillers are activities. You got to find out the activities that fill you in life. Sometimes they're just things you can do. I don't understand it, but some of y'all get filled going camping. That's great. If you've heard me over the years, I'm not going with you. But you all knock yourself out. My former pastorate, people say, Pastor, come on, we got this camper and we would love to have you. And I said, no, I'm not coming. I don't do the woods. I'm not a woods kind of dude. Y'all enjoy yourself. If y'all had a little day trip or something and, you could enjoy a nice, isolated, safe environment, for a couple of hours, I might pop in there with y'all. But when we're starting to go toward nightfall, I'm not going to be out talking about, oh, no, we just zip up in the tent. No. No, bruh, man, don't do tents. No, we don't roll like that. Yeah, some of these camping people, they freak me out. They're like, oh, there was a bear in the camp last night. Like, that's not good news. You talking about there was a bear and you excited about it. No, I'm going to be somewhere with 4 walls, doors, roof. But if you're filled with camping, go ahead. Knock yourself out. So some of you love gardening. That's good. I don't do gardens. I admire them. Ooh, that's pretty. real pretty, but I'm not going to be down on my knees and then all that. All that's not what. But now you got a beach. Now we talking. Now we talking. Oh, we can go to the beach. Yep. And make sure, and not these crummy beaches. I like to go to that's why we travel. Lady M and I travel to go to the beach. I want to go see really blue water. Not this old muddy stuff around here. I go do the real. Sometimes you can see the little fish right nearby and all that. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, God himself created cruises as far as I'm concerned. Cruising is just it for me. My wife too. Just yes, sir. And you can do a lot of filling up. A lot of filling up, just chilling out. Really can. There's a hotel in Honolulu. I go there so often they know me. They know when I'm ready because when I first started going, it's because I was doing my first conference in Honolulu, met one of the Christians who worked at that there, the same place where it was being held. And so she's developed a relationship with my wife and I over the years. And so we call her, say, we need a little chill time, get my room ready. She works it out for us and we go, got a nice balcony looking over Waikiki Beach. And you can hear God on that balcony. You just hear God better. I do. He doesn't speak, Lord. I do. I get all kind of leadings out there. And the water speaks to me. Just the sounds of the ocean speaks to me. Those are fillers for me. If that doesn't work for you, find your fillers. My wife gets filled reading a book. Book and quiet. Book, couch, quiet. She want me to go somewhere. I've learned that over the years. If she's in it, that's where she need to be. I get in the car and go somewhere. So I come home, she just is filled. And don't try to make other people like you. You are who you are. Let them be who they are. Quit saying you're right, they're wrong. What works for them, work it. And applaud it and be happy about it. And we got to learn to do this so that we can properly handle our fillers that are people and our drainers that are people. And we're going to be covering that over the course of these messages, because if we don't get our people game straight, we're missing the whole point of the Great Commission. You can't go make disciples of people who hate you because of the way you treat them, because of how you look down on them, because how you act superior to them. Jesus didn't do it. Do you know the people Jesus had the most trouble with? Church folk. In his day, they were Pharisees. Church people were the ones, when Jesus had this, when he saw them coming, he said, oh, Lord, here we go. And they come with their rules and regulations. We see your disciples eating on the Sabbath, and we see it just one thing after the other, after another. They went and found a woman caught in the act of adultery. Dragged her to Jesus. We caught her in the act of adultery. Jesus did well not to ask them the question, and y'all were looking at it for what reason exactly? You caught her in the act. That means one of y'all was at the window. Talking about, Lord, dear God. What you doing at the window? Jesus didn't even bother asking that question. He just said, oh, y'all want to have a stoning, because they brought up the fact that the law said that the adulterer was to be stoned. And he didn't even call him on that. Well, first of all, y'all only brought one person out here. So if you so worried about the law, how come there's not two people out here? Because we're smart, but we've not figured out how to commit adultery by ourselves. He didn't even bring up any of that. He just says, y'all want to have a stoning, huh? Tell you what, whoever is without sin, go on and get it started. And then he just let them. And lest they had any amnesia, Bible says he got down and started writing in the dirt. The Bible doesn't tell us what he wrote. We do know that whatever he wrote was effective because people would come by, take a look, and say, all right. They would walk in other direction. And they kept doing it. They'd come by, he'd look up, see the next one coming, write something else. When he got through, there was no one there but him and that lady. And he said, where are your accusers? She said, no one. No one's here to accuse me now. He said, neither do I condemn you. Church, when are we going to learn that? He didn't condone the adultery. He just said, I'm not here to condemn. Yeah, you were doing what you were doing, and yeah, it's wrong. But my job isn't to be a condemner. My job is to point you to a better way. He said, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Take this as a gift of grace and mercy and use it as motivation to get your life together. That's what the church ought to be. A house that encourages people, get your life together. The pastor has had to get his life together. Every deacon has had to get their life together. Every minister's had to get their life together. Everybody in the place has had to get their life together. Truth be told, we still getting some stuff together. So we have no business condemning anybody. Go and sin no more.